All sweet, episode 4. Here it is. Hopefully it goes a lot smoother than it did last week. Oh my goodness, the last 7 to 10 days have absolutely sent me. I honestly think I was one more minor inconvenience away from being sent to a facility with soft walls and nothing sharp. Basically, I came back from Sydney last Monday and it honestly feels like I haven't had a moment to breathe. I felt suffocated from life, just between gigging and working at the gym every day, then recording this podcast, then also had the 1 year commemoration of a family member's passing. That was good. That wasn't the problem. Everything else was the problem. It's all those little things in life where you don't get a second and they all build together. And I feel like I've just been existing as a shell of myself, just going through the motions to get things done. Last week's podcast, honestly, it made me make a life-changing choice. I bought an Apple product, put it that way. That's how you know something occurred that was big last week, and not a good big. It was the kind of big that it was going to set me over to the point where I was going to start smoking. I was craving cigarettes. Basically what happened, I filmed last week's episode, all good, a bit chaotic, but it was done. It was an hour and 20 minutes worth of footage that I was going to cut together, edit together, and make it real good, get some clips, all this. And then the second I put the SD card into my computer, my little, Asus Vivo book, something happened where it just said SD card needs to be formatted. And what that I found out translates to is that I was going to have to delete everything I had done, all the clips, everything. The fury I had, the heat I had within me, I went through various stages of grief, to the point I was even trying to find hack sort of ways to download the content that I had recorded. And there was no way around it. I was just going to have to delete everything. I went from anger to sadness to frustration to tears of frustration as a result of sadness. I can't even explain how it felt, man. And to top it off, I had somewhere to be that evening. So it wasn't even like I could just hit record again and redo it all it wasn't a good time, put it that way. I started re-recording the episode the next day. Half an hour in, I was just like, what am I doing? You know when you tell a story, but then you go tell a story a second time? And in this case, I'm telling the story to a Sony camera. Some switch went off in me at some point where I was like, what am I doing? Is this what reality's become? I've left my corporate job to work in a gym and to have arguments with tech and film little videos. That's what things have descended to. But yeah, I cracked it. I went to Harvey Norman, saw my little emo boy actually. He's had a haircut, not as good looking now. Hiking up the pants a bit as well. Bring the slacks down a few inches. He's got the slacks all the way up to the armpits like he's some sort of grandfather. Anyway, it's a style choice. Not one that I condone, but it's a style choice. But yeah, so I went into Harvey Norman and I researched all the laptops, and basically I knew Windows has let me down time and time again for video. And I've been loyal to anything that's not Apple essentially. But it's come to a time where I realized, you know what, you're going to have to make the switch, babe. Otherwise, this is going to keep happening time and time again, and you're going to get angry and you're going to get frustrated and you're going to get sad, and then eventually you'll get committed, because it's not normal to have such an array of reactions to these kind of things. So I did it. I got a deal. I got a sweet-ass deal on it as well. What did I get? I got the Apple MacBook Pro M4 with 28 gig. I don't know. It was one of the newest chips and one of It was a high-end laptop. And I know I wasn't getting screwed because your girl got herself clued up before she went in. You know, I've hung around a lot of tech nerds. I get the lingo. I know what RAM is. I know what RAM is. I know about the 12 and 16 core chips and all this. I get it. I understand. I'm clued up on it. Black Friday had my back. Maybe the tech is designed to glitch around Black Friday so then you can go make further purchases. You know, so he typed up his little computer and there was a better and newer laptop for cheaper. And then I said, okay, what if we do the RAM upgrade? How much then? Was hardly any more in price. He said, man, let's just go for this. I said, let's do it, brother. Let's go. Me and this guy, we're scheming. We're bonding all of a sudden. He's seen a chick come in bike shorts and high heels. The salesman side of him went out the door. We were looking after each other. He also gave me product care for next to nothing as well. This guy's giving everything away at this point. I don't know, maybe he has sold me a dud laptop and he's like, she'll be back. Who knows? But all I know is I can't wait for this laptop to get here. I'll do my edits. In an ideal world, I'll never lose footage again. My edits will be nice and smooth. I won't sit there with a lagging computer like I'm watching some sort of cartoon or some sort of kung fu film in another language with the dubbed over English words where everything's kind of out of sync with the mouth. That's what was going on when I'd edit these videos, and it wasn't good. The guy did warn me though. He said, you're going to be indoctrinated now into the Apple world. He goes, welcome to the dark side, babe. I said, not just yet. I'm keeping the Samsung phone. People see this phone and I don't know, they judge me. Who cares, man? Just have what you want and it is what it is. What's this message? God, we are bad at talking too long. Booking for January. Man, I hit up this guy for a gig like 3 months ago. He took weeks to reply. Then I saw his message. I then took weeks to reply. 6 months later, it's the 29th of November and we're booking for 2025. I will do the gig though because it's a good gig. It's in Geelong. It gets rowdy. The booker is a legend. If this was anyone else, I would be pissed off. And I have no right to be pissed off because who am I? You've got all these little comedians playing God for the little, not this guy's good, but other comedians playing like they're God for their rooms. Like, oh, God forbid, we have to check with the higher forces if we can book you in. I'm still cut up about, I'm not sure if I mentioned this last week, but I had one room, I messaged them. I said, hey, I'm coming to your city. Can I do a gig? And I've done this gig, I've done this gig, I've done venues bigger than your venues. Not that I've said it like that, but I will put some corporate speak in to show that I'm deserving to do their venue. I'm trying to branch out and do other locations. They said, sure, we will pencil you in. We always love having new faces. Pencil's not going to do it for me, babe. You need to give me Sharpie. Give me a Bic or Biro, something with a bit more permanence to know that I've secured that spot. They said they'll pencil me in. At that point, I was like, well, get your erasers out. Don't worry about it. If I'm telling you I'm coming interstate to do a gig or to do other gigs, I'd like to do yours as well, and the best you can offer me is, what's a pencil brand name? Hang on. Pencil. I've got it in my head and I have to search this or this will bother me. Pencil brand names. Oh my God, I can't type with my right hand. She's a lefty. You're penciling me in with your Faber-Castell, your Stadler pencils. And then I send them a message like, oh, look here, let me know sooner rather than later, because I've got a flight. I need to plan myself. Otherwise, I'll book another gig for that day. They said, yeah, sure thing. Did I hear from them? No, I did not. To be fair, I don't even think the night ended up running. And they've probably had a death in the family. I'm here cracking the shits because I can't do 5 minutes. See, comedy turns you, it makes you a bad person, man. I've lost my ways. Apple indoctrination. All right, we'll see. I think it'll be a matter of time until I do convert to the dark side, but we'll see. It might happen. I think it will happen because you know what? The Apple iPhones take much better photos than the Samsung. However, I don't like it does that flip. You know when you open and it does that camera flip? So you see a perspective of your face that you haven't seen. And then and you realize that's how the rest of the world sees you. I remember the exact moment a few years ago when I realized that the way we see ourselves visually isn't how other people see us. People see a mirrored version. And I think it honestly broke me when I heard that. I actually went through a good 2 weeks of trying to process how my face is perceived by people beyond myself. To the point I started reading into it more and more about how our brain processes things. And apparently, how you see yourself in the mirror is a different perspective to how other people see you. So you never really see your true self. How you process your face and how other people process your face is the same. So if you think you're hot and then you see the flipped version of yourself, don't go into a spiral like how I did and not leave the house for 10 to 14 business days because you don't want to be seen, because apparently your brain processes it how other people process it as well. So you are a babe and you don't need to worry. What's been going on? What else has been going on? See what podcasting's done? It's made me vain. I said this when I started the podcast 4 episodes ago. I said I'm entering a world I'm not a fan of. Suddenly, I'm looking at videos of people at the TikTok Awards. I'm there thinking, how can I get to the TikTok Awards? I hate events and now I want to go TikTok Awards. Man, I was just a girl who wanted to write TV shows and films. That's all I was. I wanted to write stories. And this is what I've been subjected to. Sitting in my dining room on a 40-degree day, putting makeup on at 9 a.m., trying to record this thing on my day off. Now I don't get a day off. It took me 7 hours to get everything set up and to get my ass into gear. I wanted to be a screenwriter, man. I got an email, not an email, but you know how on Facebook you get those notifications where it's like, 10 years ago you got drunk in a bush and someone drew a dick on your cheek. Like those kind of memories. Well, I got one today and it was my screenwriting acceptance letter into RMIT to study their advanced diploma of screenwriting. I was so excited to do this course. And then the timetable came out and every class was at 9 p.m. I don't know, that told my mum and she cracked at me. She goes like, go study a real course with real hours. So I dropped out. To be honest, and I remember the day that I dropped out of that course and it was like the nail in the coffin. I'm rocking up to RMIT and there were people giving out free hugs and some person forced a hug onto me. Like, but it's a free hug. You got to have it. I'm like, I don't want it, babe. A lot of things come free, but for at what cost? Gave me this hug. Did it make me feel better? No. It did reconfirm that maybe it is a good idea that I leave this uni, this campus. You're the kind of people going around hugging people. Went into the corporate world, hated every second of it, didn't want to work in an office. Should have just gone and studied drama somewhere and become a dance or acting teacher or something. So I'm there having one-on-one meetings each month. I am scarred from the corporate world, in all honesty. I thought, I'll write TV ads to then become a script writer for TV shows and films and everything. Yeah, and you come up with all these ways. You're like, if I'll do this, I'll do this, and I'll do this. It doesn't work. All these little side and backup plans. Your backup plan, because you start working so hard at your backup plan that's what you end up doing. You get stuck in that world. And next thing you know, you're having to have an argument over an apostrophe, which is in the wrong place. And then your boss telling you that you belittled her, then eventually you quit and then you end up working in a gym. To be fair, I'm happier than ever working. It is the best. I go there, I go home, I don't have to worry about anything. All right, but these other corporate jobs for not much more money in all honesty, I'd go in, you'd have a little disagreement with someone because people working with other people, you're going to have problems. You have your little disagreement. You go home. It sits on your mind for the next 12 hours until you go into the office late the next day once again. Never ends, those jobs. I'm glad I'm not doing it. But then I see all these people at the TikTok Awards who have just made little sketches and content online, and now they're creators. One of them, I know, she got offered a TV show and she said no. She goes, I don't want to do that kind of thing. I don't really enjoy writing that way. I just enjoy making videos. Man, I was here. I studied degrees in scripting. I'm part of the Australian Writers Guild. And still, what do I have to do? Still had to do the podcast. It's just a different world. I think the world of I think the generation of people, the millennials, or all the people born in the 90s, I think we were the testing ground where there was still that old school mindset of you go to uni, you get your job. And then because so many of us went to uni wasn't special anymore. It just became the thing you had to do. It's like you go to kindergarten, you go to primary school, you go to high school, you go to uni, then you get a job. And everyone did it, there's nothing special to you then. Whereas I think before it was like, oh, she went to uni. Look at her, you got the brains, you went to uni. I think now you don't need to go to uni. Unless you're becoming a doctor or you're operating on someone, then probably should go to uni. But all I know is all these other people, they're getting acting jobs and writing jobs just from little 30-second sketches online. Am I saying this because I want to go to the awards thing? Yes, I do. Is there a hint of jealousy? Probably. That's probably where this is fueled from. It's funny because I say all this and then one day I'll be asked, because I will. That's just how my life works, manifesting. And then I'll go there. Now I know I'll hate every second of it because I just don't enjoy those kind of things. I'll end up sitting in a corner munching on a dessert that they bring out that's a portion 3 sizes too small. So then I start stealing the other desserts that are left on other people's tables that they won't eat because they have to keep their body in schmick condition because they're a fitness influencer or something. Meanwhile, I'm here gigging my ass off to 12 people for what? For nothing, for depression. Did 2 gigs last week. The real comedians out there will tell me, oh, that's not enough. You need to be gigging every day, 3 times a day. Okay, your jokes aren't that good. Your performance hasn't improved that much. But you've got your stage time behind you. People treat comedy like it's guys in particular in comedy, they crack me up. They treat it like it's some sacred thing, like they're not up there talking about their dick for 10 minutes. Tell me I've got to get my stage time up. Like you're on your L plates trying to get your P's and you have to get your hours up. That's what these guys are doing. They're just driving their car around the same block each night, 10 minutes at a time just to get their L's up, their hours up to get their P plates. Their P plates in comedy. What's that going to be for them? A paid gig? No, I did 2 gigs last week. They were good gigs. One was in Northcote and it was in this, I don't know what this restaurant was, if it was trying to be French. I don't know. It was a really good gig. I really like the guy who runs it. He's another comedian and is just very funny, and he had his family there and a whole heap of people. It was just a really nice vibe with nice people. Everyone enjoyed, everyone laughed, and it was a good gig. I had chili chocolate crepes, something that I did not think existed, and it does. Had it right before my gig. Went on stage with a burning mouth. Did well. What kind of jokes? I did my usual jokes, and I was a bit nervous. Sometimes I look through the crowd and I know if I'm going to do well or if I'm going to do bad, and sometimes I get surprised because this gig had a lot of older people, so I just thought they wouldn't be able to connect or relate to a lot of the jokes, especially because some of them were like family members of the dude running the gig. But everyone liked it. It was fun. I ate my pancakes. It was good. See, everywhere I go, if there's a dessert there, anything that tastes like a cake, I'm all about it. It's like I was very let down when I tried champagne for the first time because I thought champagne would taste like a wedding cake. Doesn't taste like that. It tastes, I don't know, it tastes like a cleaning chemical almost. I don't like it. After that gig, I went to the Coburg Bowls Club for a gig, and I was much too overdressed. It was a very hot day, and I don't know, I had it in my head that I couldn't be bothered gigging that day. So I basically went in this top, sport short. Look, I live in sport clothes basically. I went in sport clothes and then tried to dress it up in a pair of leather knee-high boots, walking down Northcote. You can't find a car spot anywhere. Had to park 3 suburbs over, then walk to the venue. Everyone's there with their quirky shirts. I'm clearly dressed like someone who lives in the South Side, just wearing all black, looking like a street walker. Man, I looked good though. But then I rocked up to the Coburg gig, and then I hadn't had time to properly think about the gig that I was doing. And I realised it's Coburg, it's a bowls club. The guy who's booked is about 80 years old, lovely dude. But in saying that, am I the correct person for this demographic? Probably not. Am I dressed in a way that was going to send men into cardiac arrest? Maybe. I'm basically wearing undergarments and boots at this gig. And I went in and I looked through the crowd, not a hairline in sight, just a sea of grey, outfits clearly bought from Suzanne. And I was like, I'm in for a rough one here. Sometimes I get booked on certain gigs. I think, why am I being booked on this? Because obviously it's booked by a comedian, and that comedian, they recognised talent. That comedian might be friends with them, or they like stuff I've done. And they'll say, yeah, come do my gig. And I'm like, man, I'm not suitable for this at all. Anyway, I went up and they liked probably 90% of the jokes. 90% of the jokes went down very, very well, and it was a lot of fun, much more fun than I thought. So that was a relief. And then I came off stage and I thought, I often bomb in Brunswick to people my own age. Now, when I tell you 20-year-olds people in their 20s in Brunswick, you can piece together the kind of people I'm talking about. They love a tote bag. They love a corduroy pant, and they don't love me. And I was talking to another comedian there, my friend Tyson Popplestone. I say his name because we get along, and if you listen, to the 50 people who listen to this podcast so far, who I don't know if you're comedians or you're not. If you're not a comedian, check him out because he's very funny and just an all-round good dude. And if you're a chick, he's okay to look at. He'll hate that I've said he's okay to look at. You're aging Tyson and you're married. That's the best way I can put it. He's a handsome dude and he's funny and it's a lot of fun to be around. And then me and him were just talking about gigs that we do and don't do well at, and we seem to not do well at the same gigs. And it's often those Brunswick gigs because I feel they can recognise people who aren't their type of person, and you just don't fit in there. So I need to make a deal to myself to stop doing those gigs. People are like, you need to do gigs to make yourself feel comfortable. I feel comfortable, but sometimes certain people are just not going to like you, no matter how funny you think you are. And sometimes I think I'm funny. Sometimes I don't think I'm funny at all. So, man, my throat feels a bit weird while I'm talking. I need a sip of water. I didn't bring any water here. I'm parched. I'm thirsty. I feel like I'm in an expensive restaurant where you're constantly just thirsty all the time. Yeah, I'm at these gigs. I'm talking how I'm going to relate to these people. And because a lot of my material, it's about some of it's about dating or social media. How am I going to get these people to relate to some chick in her 20s about Instagram and dating? These people have been married at least once for the last 40 years or married multiple times. I ain't been married once. It's weird because I do want to get married, but I want to get married, but I don't want to do the steps to get married. Like I don't date. It's like you want to meet someone, but I can't be bothered meeting anybody. I don't know. I just tapped out one day. I don't want to date. It's like I can't date strangers because I'm not invested in them. There's no backstory. You just know they're going to try sell you on some sort of backstory they've created to tell or to share with others. They're gonna admit certain bits of information, perhaps information that they should be sharing. It's like I think with dating, I want to make a pitch deck that I can put together, and I create it and I pass it on to all of my friends who have single male friends. They then identify which friends of theirs they feel would be a good match for me. They know the best and worst of me and their male friends, so they know what will and won't work. So I'm skipping heaps of steps here. I don't have to go diving into the dark sea of the unknown, uncovering inner demons and drug charges as I find my way to shore. Because when other people tell you their backstory, they leave those things out. They leave out, hey, I have a really bad speeding charge and I lost my license and I may have been on drugs while doing that. But if you're dating someone and your friend has given you all the law, it's like, I already know. You already know all the information. You've consented to this person's problems. There's no hidden surprises. I think dating should just be pitch decks that we pass around. That way you know all the law and you know what you're signing up to. It'd be a lot easier. Some people are just, I don't know, some people are fussy in general. And that saves a lot of things as well, because your friend shows you the pitch deck of the person. They go, does this person actually look like this? Yes, they do. Okay, I've got you as a reference. Let me meet them. You're not having to decipher from 10 different Tinder photos if this person actually looks like the person in the picture. I think people are pretty pedantic with things as well. It's with dating, there's always two main problems. It's either wardrobe or baggage. They either don't like the person's clothes or the person comes with a whole ass family. A mate of mine, he was complaining about this girl he was seeing because he didn't like that she wore shorts. And he kept in this conversation, he mentioned her shorts about 5 times. I said, how's she go? How is it? Yeah, but the shorts though. Apparently they're the kind of shorts that a grungy, emo teenage boy would wear. You know, the denim shorts that come to like just before the knee. You buy them at JJ's. He kept fixating on her shorts. Oh, she's wearing jorts. They're shorts that a teenage boy would wear. And then I said, oh, or a mum doing school pickup. He goes, yes, that's it. It's a mum. They're the shorts that a mum wears. She wears them on school pickup because she needs to be mobile. She's got one kid who's a bit of a runner. She needs to be mobile and fast. He goes to me, oh, she needs to fix her summer wardrobe. This guy's taking issues with a chick because she's wearing shorts and he doesn't like her wardrobe. Meanwhile, he's got a whole ex-wife, a family, he's got kids, he's nearly 40, he's still in a band, plays bass, not even the cool instrument. He's complaining about wardrobe. This guy's got so much baggage, Samsonite suitcases don't even have a range extensive enough to cater to him. He's complaining about shorts. He comes with his own shorts-wearing little humans. That's probably why he's not into it. He goes, your outfit reminds me of my son's. I don't know. That's what. See, he met her on the dating apps. If he met her in person, the shorts would be part of the pitch deck. I've got a genuine question, actually. What's with men on dating apps uploading photos with babies that aren't theirs? Firstly, how do they even have an abundant accessibility to these kids? Do the parents of these children know that their bundle of joy is being used as a prop to pick up women? Like, who's consenting to this? Are we just out here doing some soft trafficking? And more importantly, like, how do these guys pick which kid to use in the Tinder photo? Before they start swiping through cute women on Instagram, they're swiping through cute birth announcements. I find it weird. It's like, what's the purpose of these pictures? What are you trying to show me? Is it a matter of trying to show me what my life is going to look like while I'm with you? Is that what it serves? You have these photos with these babies that aren't yours on the dating apps. Is it like when you go to an open home and they have a stage family so you can picture yourself in the home? Is this photo meant to help me picture what my life would be like with you and what our child would look like? Because I know how I look and what features I'm bringing to the table. I can't see me having a child that looks like the Milky Bar kid. It's always some blonde, blue-eyed baby. I'm like, I hate to break it to you, baby. Our family's not going to look like this. And then there's a part of me that's like, well, maybe they're just denying that it's their kid. And look, I'm too young to be dating someone who's already got a whole family. Like, I've barely left my own family already. I'm still a kid. I was about to say, I'm still a kid in myself. I'm living here out in delusions, man. But to be fair, how I say this, my mum hadn't had me yet at my age, so I got some time. Do I still have time to keep recording? No, I don't. So I'm probably going to have to head off in a sec. Anyway, it's been episode 4 of the All Sweet podcast. See, I'm sticking to it. It's happening. This time I tried a bit of a different technique. I wrote down a few talking points, talked through them, see how I went, and it felt like a more efficient process. Did it maybe result in a less unhinged and maybe less funny podcast? Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. It's episode 4 of the All Sweet podcast. Stay tuned next week for episode 5. Thanks so much. I'm Jacinta Jaye. Catch you soon.